Yeah, and that's very true. Being single for me was, it was something, because like I said, I was in a previous relationship with a girl that I was dating for what was it, a year and a half. So I had grown fond of her, but it came to a point where I felt like it wasn't no security. It's fun. And as a man, and fellas, if you're watching, I know that you can kind of relate to this. Security is an important thing. Being insecure sucks. So I think in my last relationship, there was some insecurities there on both sides, and it just got to a point where I wasn't happy. And one thing that I noticed about my wife when I instantly had met her, that wasn't an issue. I never felt insecure about anything. So, but being single definitely puts you in position to know yourself better, know what to do and what not to do in a future relationship that you get yourself in. So when I got with her, I knew I couldn't make the same mistakes in my past relationships. You know what I mean? Because some mistakes can lead to destruction. So I knew that I had to work on myself. I had to become more secure with myself. And I had to understand that she's a different woman. So I can't bring the toxic things in this relationship. So I was just able to learn. I was able to, when I got with her, I think the main thing for her that she liked about me was I made her feel comfortable. I comforted her.
You did.
I protected her. I made her feel like, I had her back. I was going to always be there for her.
Yeah.
And that was one of the main things, But, being single definitely taught me, how to treat her when I got into that relationship with her.
Yeah. My advice to people that are single, mainly women, my advice to women is to remain patient. You have to remain patient when you are waiting for your soulmate. I'm very old-fashioned, and I believe that a man should pursue a woman, because people can be in relationships for multiple years and the man can never propose because he don't think that you are the one. You have to really pinpoint and narrow down the qualities that you want to look for in your husband, and you need to be able to recognize those qualities when you meet someone new. Is this person going to be there for me through thick and thin? Are they going to be there for me when I need them the most? Are they going to accept my flaws? Are they going to, really accept me for who I am, and they're going to make me feel comfortable, where I don't have to be someone different or be someone else when I'm with them? Are you comfortable? Are you yourself? Are you know what I'm saying? That's what you have to look for, and you just have to be patient. You have to be patient, and love will come,
Yeah, and I'm pretty much going to touch on what she said to all the fellas. You have to be patient, man. Patience is definitely something that's important when you're in the process of trying to find love. I think patience is very important. Another thing I think is finding the qualities of a person that you need that fits your life. I think nowadays it's more driven about the looks, instead of more
the attraction.
Exactly. So I think the important thing is finding that connection that you have with that person. Yes. Looks is a bonus. I understand, but you have to have a connection. Because at the end of the day,
do you
looks
connect with that
right.
person?
Looks can get you but so far. So I just feel like you have to be patient, and you have to understand what you really want, the connection that you really need with your partner, and the qualities, because qualities is a very important thing.
And their morals
as well. Just speaking from my perspective, I don't, smoke, so I wouldn't want to talk to some, if I'm seeking, I wouldn't want to seek somebody who smokes weed all day, because it's not something that I do. So you have to find somebody.
And they do say opposites attract, and we are kind of opposite. Yeah, we are opposite. We have different backgrounds and everything. Right. But that can only get you so far. You can't be completely
opposite.
polar opposite.
When it comes to morals and standards, you know.
Yeah,
I think,
you have to be on the same page.
And I think that's what I loved about her so much. She, you know, her morals. You know, so I think as a single person, you just really have to patience
and qualities.
That's the most important thing. Well, I'm just gonna say this in a relationship, and this is one thing that I preach because yes, I am pro-black, and I believe that black women should be treated the right way. In a relationship, I think it's important that you understand what it means to, I'm gonna say, be in a toxic relationship, because I think we, as people, become fine to being in toxic relationships. As a woman, this is one thing that I preach to a lot, you know, with my wife. She has her own mind, right? I would never try to change that. I would never try to control her. I would never try to make her believe the things that she believes is stupid. No. She's a woman. She deserves to have her own mind, her own opinion, right? We can agree and disagree in certain situations, but I believe in a relationship, as a man treating a woman from that standpoint, I believe you shouldn't deal with somebody that has a very controlling spirit. One, I think that you shouldn't deal with somebody who try to make you into something that you are not. Two, and I also think that it's important that, you know, try to leave the toxic things out, because I think in relationships that's a lot of things that and people become fine of that, which that's not normal. Being toxic is not a normal thing. So I think that's the main thing in a relationship that you shouldn't deal with, tolerate. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The things that I think are a deal breaker. Well, the obvious is cheating. That's a deal breaker. That is a deal breaker. I am 100% faithful. I'm honest with you, and infidelity is not something I'm going to tolerate.
Me either.
Like what he said, a deal breaker will also be somebody that is controlling, and someone that is very controlling, someone that is don't respect you. That is another deal breaker for me. Somebody that just does not respect you, don't respect your opinions, don't respect you as a woman. Somebody that will call you out of your name like it's nothing. Yeah. You know, things like that. You know, we have to be on the same level. We have to respect one another. And those are things that I think are deal breakers.
Absolutely. I can agree with that, you know, and there's a couple things that I didn't touch on. Of course, cheating is a no-no. That's something that you should not, in a relationship, should not put up with, you know. Another thing is respect. You have to have respect for your significant other. Respect is a very important thing. It's a very important trait. You have to have respect for your significant other, because with respect comes trust. So you can't really trust somebody you don't respect.
That is true.
So I think that's
goes hand in hand.
Goes hand in hand. So this is some of the important factors of it as well.
Well, when we first started dating, I had some boundaries. And my main boundary was I did not believe in sex before marriage. That was
like a foreign language at the time.
That was new for him. But I really wanted to save myself for my husband. And that was one of the boundaries that I had right off the bat in the beginning. Yeah. And he respected it. He was a little upset, but he respected it.
Yeah, she definitely had those boundaries, and I just feel, and I still believe this heavily in my heart today, of being true to yourself. One thing I noticed about my wife, she did not smoke and she did not drink, right? So one of the things that I was never going to do, I was never going to pressure her into drinking. I was never going to pressure her into, you know, I don't smoke, so I am not going to say smoking, but I just wasn't going to pressure her into things because I knew who she was, right? Mm-hmm. So when you know who somebody truly is, you're not going to pressure them into those type of things and bring like a negative effect on their life. Mm-hmm. So I respected who she was as a person, and she respected who I am as a person. Mm-hmm. And I think that's one of the main important things of staying true to who you are as a person, is respecting that person's boundaries and things and morals and standards at that point. So I just think that staying true to yourself is a very important thing in a relationship, because when you're not staying true to yourself, you kind of feel like you're being something that you're not. That's a very uncomfortable feeling.
You can't allow for someone to alter you.
There you go.
You have to stay true to yourself.
You have to stay true. You know, what comes with being true, staying true to yourself comes with
it brings
comfortability.
Yes.
Comfortability, because
and it brings peace. It brings peace of mind.
Because I know I wouldn't want to be something that I'm not around somebody. It would make me feel very uncomfortable, and I would just want to be like, all right, I don't want to be around this person no more. So I just think that's one of the main things, and that's why, you know, our relationship works so much, because we know who we are. I know who she is, and she know who I am. So that's one of the important things. With Kyra's method, the discovery and recovery, I think that discovery is a very important thing in the process of when you're single. I think that it gives you a chance to discover God. It gives you a chance to discover things about yourself you may not ever know. As far as knowing things that may put you in an uncomfortable situation. I think that discovery is very important in the process. Also, you'll just be able to discover things about yourself that may help you in your future relationship, things that you went through in your past hurt. So I think it gives you a time to heal, gives you a time to really know who you truly are yourself when you're discovering those things. And most importantly, discovering God, getting closer to God, understanding that with God you can do anything, the spiritual connection as well. So I just think the discovery process is very important.
And with the recovery, you have to first forgive. With recovery, you have to forgive. Once you forgive, you're able to heal and to recover and be able to put yourself in a position to love again. Put yourself in a position to accept love and to be ready to operate under that in a relationship again. Right. You know, you have to recover. And yeah, that's what I believe. Well, for me, healing, the main thing you need when you're healing is time. You need time to regroup and to just get yourself together, to really digest what you just experienced, and to be able to forgive and to heal. Once you enter a relationship, that person, that new person in your life can actually fill that void and start to comfort and console you, and that's where your healing comes into play.
Right, and I also agree. The healing process to me is very important, because I feel like in order to be in a new relationship, you have to learn to be alone. You know what I mean? I think that's one of the main things, because when you're alone, you start to know things about yourself that can help you in your next relationship. Even reflecting on the things that you went through in the past is a good healing thing as well, because, you know, I know that some people, you know, all of us, you know, we go through things, and we, you know, sometimes when we're alone and we're talking to God, we can reflect on the things that we've been through. So I think you know, that's one of the main important things, and I think that we all need that time to be able to talk to God and reflect on some of the things that we went through, because emotions can take over. So I just think that's one of the main things, is sitting back, understanding, praying. Praying is a very good thing, and just understanding that you have to heal. There are things that you're going through. There are things that you're battling.
And if you don't heal in a healthy manner, it's gonna turn into toxic when you're in your next relationship.
Right.
So you really want to make sure you forgive and you heal, so that you can be a good person for your partner.
Right. You don't want those skeletons following you. So I think that healing is very thing. It's also a spiritual thing too, because think about it. If you don't heal, those spirits are going to carry over to your next relationship. So it's a spiritual thing.
You'll find yourself blaming the current person that you are with for the last person's mistakes. And you don't want that.
Right.
You do not want that.
So healing is very important.